Hello and welcome back to my third installment of me arriving in the Philippines. A lot of what I'm going to talk about today is just a recap of what I did yesterday because your arrival paperwork is pretty much exactly what they look at when you get on the airplane. I flew into Manila about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and fortunately being in seat 1A, I was the first one off the plane, and that makes it a real lot nicer. Going into the terminal, we came into Terminal 3, and there's plenty of Coast Guard there to guide you on your way, which is good because nothing's in a sequential order. You'll go to one desk way down this way, come all the way back that you've already passed the other way, so it's kind of a little bit different. But anyways, your first stop will be, you'll be required to have this, your one pass. They'll scan it, they have all your information in there, they'll confirm it against your passport to make sure the name's correct. When you first register with one pass, you have to put in health and conditions and stuff like that, and I mentioned in there diabetes, blood pressure, so they did ask to make sure that I had enough medication to last me for the quarantine period. But that was the only thing, so it wasn't bad. Took 30 seconds. Once that's done, boom, they push you on down the line. The Coast Guard's there to direct you where the next station is. And then there's 4 stations. The first station, they're going to double check your hotel booking to make sure you have a hotel booked. I'm not sure what will happen if you don't, but it probably won't be a good thing. Or they're going to pick one that's very expensive for you. I don't know which. Anyways, I was good. They wrote down the information. They ticked off that box, and boom, I'm on my way to the next table. The next table was to check to see if you had been vaccinated, which I had, and I gave them the information on that. And it really didn't matter because it was in Iraq, and the Philippines does not recognize Iraq as being a valid vaccination, I guess. And today something came out in Bureau of Immigration that fully vaccinated people don't have to quarantine if they're coming from a green country. So a little more research, I found out, well, a green country means the governments have agreed that they'll accept the quarantine card or the WHO card. Has nothing to do with the vaccine not being the right one, has nothing to do with that, has to do they have a reciprocal agreement. They'll never have one with Iraq, and that's where I got vaccinated, because Filipinos aren't allowed by the Philippines to travel to Iraq, even though there's plenty of them working there. Yeah, so I'll never not have to do quarantine, apparently, unless I get revaccinated, and that might be a consideration too. I'm not sure. The third stop was, the swab people. There's a private lab that works at the airport now to arrange the swabs for everybody. They set you up a schedule, tell you when they're going to come, when your results will be back, and what day you can leave quarantine. Then they give you a slip of paper that you bring with you, and when they come to take your swab, they need that piece of paper. The other piece of paper was the one that you get at the first station, and that's where everybody's checked off. You got a hotel, you got vaccinated or not, you got the swab scheduled. One of the things with the swab, there have been several conflicting things on it that I read before I showed up. Number one was you have to pay for it online. Well, I couldn't. I kept getting 404 not found error. The other one was, well, you have to have 3,000 pesos when you arrive at the airport, but they don't take any money now. It has to be done at the hotel. So have 3,000 pesos just in case. Next up, BI, immigration. When you on the airplane, they will give you a form to fill out, an arrival form. Make sure you have that filled out. Present that with your passport. Um, as long as you're legal, bada bing, you're gone. And I was out. As you're exiting after you go through customs, obviously I never have anything to declare. Once you go through customs, the Coast Guard will be there where people usually meet their family as you exit. And they'll double check your paperwork. They run your health pass certificate, your health pass through again. They scan it, and then once everything's checked, and they've checked your forms that everything's been signed, you're out the door. When you go outside to transportation, there's Coast Guard guys out there. If you don't have a transportation already arranged, they'll help you arrange it. They've got pre-approved taxis, buses, and that type of thing. Or in my case, I've already booked it through the hotel. So they went found the guy, brought him to me. Went great. Um, During that process, I dropped my vaccination card, my yellow fever card, and my COVID vaccination in Arabic, which I've got a real card now, so I really don't need it. But they called, and the number I put down was my wife's because I couldn't remember what my phone number was. So um, they called my wife and said, "Hey, he dropped these. He really needs them. He needs to turn around and come get them. And just when he gets here, call us. We'll come down and bring them to him." And they did. They were real concerned that I have those. Me, I didn't care. I don't go to very many yellow fever countries anymore. Although I may end up back in Liberia, you never know. So from the time I arrived at the airport till the time I got to the hotel was about 2 hours, which in my eyes that is not too bad. Um, it's funny because on the way to the hotel, the driver asked me, he said, "Do you want to stop at 7-Eleven, pick you up some beers? Because you're going to be there for 10 days and you can't leave the hotel once you get there." So we made a stop at the 7-Eleven. I picked up a 6-pack of beer and on to the hotel. They were expecting me as I would expect, and they did a real good job of getting me shuttled up into my room and signed in and everything. So that's arrival into Manila. Tomorrow I'll discuss picking hotels, how my stay has been, and some ideas that can help you have a more enjoyable stay, if you will. Y'all have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.